Welcome guests, honored guests, I should say, graduates, my new family. I would like to begin today by addressing my staff, Year Up staff. So the tables have turned, right? It's no more infractions, no more penalties. And I think, on behalf of all of us, I just want to say this. When I'm thinking about the whole last year, everything we went through, thank you. All right. Thank you to the advisors. At first, I resented mine. She would schedule a meeting every Monday. I love you, Raynette. She would schedule a meeting every Monday. It was class, meeting with Raynette, back to class. But she always had an agenda on how we can better ourselves. And she was always there, and her door was always open. Thank you to the teachers and staff in general for keeping the program interesting. I couldn't have done it if I was bored. I remember that green textbook for tech with like 2,000 pages. You could read an entire chapter and have no idea what's going on. And Ken had these stories. He would just come in with these stories, and they would sum up everything. Thank God. Randy had these nursery rhymes. And he would do like a little dance. And it was corny, wasn't it? But after a while, you're taking the test and you find yourself doing a little dance too. And I was hoping nobody would look at me. But it was the first 95 I ever had. So thank you for that. So many thank yous, so many thank yous. Thank you, Gerald, for having this dream. Thank you to our sponsors for giving us the tools we need to succeed. Thank you to my site leader, Will, all of the site leaders. Thank you, staff, for putting up with me. I have to touch on this. Andres, thank you for the brown bag lunches. So a lot of people think we just, men, right? It was for guys. A lot of people think we just went in a room for an hour and so and just rambled. And sometimes we did. But other times we got a chance to talk about topics with substance, like growing up without a father, and what it really means to be a man. Things that are just awkward to talk about with your friends. And I've tried. I went to my best friend Tyrone, and I called him. I said, Ty, that's what I called him. I said, I don't have a father. He just said, me neither. And that was the end of the conversation. So, and also, not to be sexist, but there are a lot of groups where women can get together and talk about important issues. And that opportunity is a little scarce for guys. I hope it's fair to say that. So it was nice to have that. Thank you, Andres. So Year Up, the best way to paint that picture is to say Year Up is like a gym. You go to a gym, you want to tone out or get in shape. the overall theme of going to a gym is to better yourself. And when you get inside, there's these walking advertisements, right? Students that are currently there, and they're smiling, they have their suits on, talking about their future internships and their future aspirations on life. And I wanted that. So that made me, feel better about life. I was like, okay, I'm getting into this program. This is what I'm getting myself into. And then, just like a gym, there's always that one person that works there, and they just breathe life into you. And what I mean is, just let me give you a little backpiece of my story. So before year up, I couldn't afford to go back to college my next semester. I didn't know what I was gonna do. And on top of that, my aunts were asking me, pretty much the same as a lot of people. Like, what are you gonna do with life? Or they'd say something like, I'm not raising grown men, you're not a child anymore. So that's pretty depressing. So I walk in, back to Europe. I walked into Europe, and I spoke to Charmaine Holtzen, Pert Holtzen. And I went from this depressed state, and I only talked to this woman for 5 minutes. I went from this depressed state to running for president of the United States. So needless to say, I signed up right there. I wanted to feel like that every day. I wanted some Wall Street stories, and I wanted to be president. I was like, I'm going to talk to this lady. So I did my interviews. I got in. I was excited. So fast forward to L&D, learning and development. They tell you constantly that this program is not going to be easy. You'll hear stories of people that are current interns or current students, and they'll tell you, I saw so-and-so, she just broke down crying. And you're like, why? I don't know. So they'll tell you all these stories. And it's usually after they tell you that this is an amazing journey. So I didn't know what to believe. I didn't know what to expect. And you get there, and you kind of don't know who to say hello to, use your slang. So you're kind of just saying hello and good morning to everybody, even if they're your peers, because everybody has on a suit. So I didn't use slang for like at least 3 months. And your first weekend, they're telling you, everybody's telling you, even the staff at this point, that it's not going to be easy, it's not going to be easy. It's a reoccurring theme. So when you're there, you're like, I'm ready. I want this. Give me everything that you could possibly throw at me. I'm taking tomorrow, it's mine. And they tell you to stand up in a circle with your LC, learning community. And they say, tell me your name and tell me a fun fact about yourself. And this is at 8:30 in the morning. I skipped lunch. No, skipped breakfast. I was thinking while I was standing about this 2-hour commute to this Brooklyn site. And how at lunch, I didn't have money to get anything to eat. So I'm standing there, I'm looking at my team, my LC, and I remember thinking, I'm tired, I'm broke, and I'm hungry. But you don't say that, you just give them something just to, pass on. I think I said I had a puppy or something, I don't know. And You can't skip. You can't skip on an interactive. Even if you go to the bathroom and come back, they will wait for you. Remember that? And as soon as you sit down, it's your turn to go. But you will learn how to speak in front of a crowd. I can guarantee that. First lesson. But if you ask me now, I can give you fun facts. I can say, hi, my name is Jean-Baptiste, and I can fix your computer. I can tell you I have soft skills. I can formulate a sentence. And I understand that multi-contextualism. It's just a big word that means to me at work and to me not at work. But I can flip that switch at my choosing. And I had fun learning all of this. Even with the infractions, I had a dream about those. Even with the sometimes being frustrated that I didn't know what was going on. You know, they stuck with you, and I really appreciate that. They never look down, never point out your faults. I remember the guest speakers. Under gun. I went to the bathroom, and I came back, and there was just this guy. He was telling me about this amazing story. It went from Jim Crow picking cotton to serving in the White House. And that's an amazing story. Everybody usually came up to me and told me that guy he acted just like me. But I don't want you to miss out on the importance of our guest speakers. They come in and tell us, you know, what to look out for, the new visions of tomorrow, the important things in life that you shouldn't miss out on, and how to get ahead. The beauty of Year Up, the true beauty, is that you all can ask my colleagues over here on 92, 3? 2, thank you. Just you all. You can ask them what a Year Up experience is like, and you can get 92 completely different stories. And I encourage you to ask. So now I want to address my peers. I love you guys. Now we get to tell everybody about this amazing journey and how it's not going to be easy right after. But it's worth it. The memories, the friends, the ability to turn your weaknesses into strengths and grow. The experience in general. The best part is it feels great to be ready for tomorrow. So, thanks to Year Up, thanks Gerald, all the staff. Love you guys too. We have the ability to choose where we're going to work. We don't have to settle for $7.50 an hour, $8 an hour. We can choose where we want to work, what we want to do. And we have the resumes and the experience to do so. So, with that said, I'll leave you with this quote. Some of you remember it when I said it in Randy's class. It goes, the world keeps on spinning. But when we stop, only we lose rotation. Meaning, I said it, it's awesome, trust me. Meaning, some of us may not get up at 5 a.m. tomorrow. Some of us may be a little, down about not getting hired. But tomorrow's another day. The world keeps on spinning. Life moves on, and so should we. But when we stop, only we lose rotation or miss out on our chance to succeed. Thank you for your time.